Morning. Out again on a spontaneous mission. I think this is Harden Reservoir. I think that's Winscar Reservoir. So over this dam wall, the path then goes either around there to the left, or there is a path that comes over here to the right, which is the one I'm taking. That then takes me up to Snailsden Head Trig point, which is the Ethel thing. And then it continues around past some sort of grouse butts over Ramsden Clough, and then to an old structure, like an old cabin. That was the original going to be the terminus of the walk, and then turn around and backtrack. But looking on satellite, it looks like the path does continue all the way over to Holme Moss. So in which case I'll probably continue all the way over there. I might also pick up the Liberator Bomber again, which I did the other day from the other side, just as a look at it from a different angle sort of thing. See if there's any more debris a bit further away in an area I've not sort of walked in before, and just see if it's easier access from this side, coming from Holme Moss, without getting into Bogfest. So that's the sort of preliminary plan at the moment, but in theory I'll go over to the old structure and back. In an ideal world I'll go all the way over to the car park at the other end and back. Say if I do the total, it'll be about 10 miles. So just this bit of road walking, lay by just up there, over this down wall, and I'll be turning right, a bit of an old quarry area, and then up onto the hill. Right, I say parked up there, just down that bit of a road over the dam wall, and now this should take me up to a quarry. There's a little quarry section there, which is, I'm parked just the other side of that, so that's probably worth an explore. The path I require should take a left up here in about 100 metres, I think, but just looking a bit further on, it looks like an old structure, so it might be worth a quick investigation. Here we are. I'm not sure actually if this quarry would continue over onto the other side from this neck of woods. Looks like it might do. Right, quarry's over there, so I'll just come back and up along this track here, and we'll take a right now. It's going to curl me around, contour me up. Trig point I guess is up there. Can't quite see it as yet, might be a little bit further round. Not seeing anybody again on this trek so far. I've not been going that long, but some on the other side at Nate Road, on a bit of quarried area over there. Seems to be a dog walking kind of spot locally, but out on the hill, nobody at this point. I'd be surprised if I do see anybody, to be fair, on Snailsden Edge. And just in theory, I think I'm probably just around this corner here, a bit inland from the edge path. I imagine the trig point should pop into view. Not quite there yet, I think, say around next corner. Not only the trig point, but Holme Moss transmitter, I should think, will come into view as well. Over there, about 2 or 3 miles. There's the main path. There's a bit of a cut off here, so one imagines that runs up to the trig. Got to be 180 feet. There you go. It's a little bit hazy and foggy at the moment, rolling over the hill where I'm going. So Holme Moss should be there, but I say can't see out at the minute in that direction. But another Ethel bites the dust. Just have a quick cup of tea, see if we can get my mate on radio, and carry on in that general direction. See what we face with when we get around the corner. So dead edge end up there, actual person walking along the fence line. Up there, say on Wednesday, to 9.5 miles, didn't see a soul at all. And say likewise on this side so far, but he's the only person I've seen, and he's like 2 miles away over on that ridge, just silhouetted. I'll just drop back to the path, which is just here coming up. I just come from Snailsden Head Trig point, which is over there, so I just come curled around the side of this lump. Probably down here now, across that thing there, there's a load of grouse butts, puts me to the edge of Ramsden Clough. And there's a bit of a structure there, just looks like a cairn. I'll see if it looks any interest when I get to the junction, but I'm going left. So it can take me up along the head of that, over to a structure over there, and say Holme Moss is there. You can just see the mast sticking out. So going over to that structure and then potentially carry on around the top face, contour around over to the radio mast, and then backtrack. Right, at the T junction, I just come off of that hill, drop down the side over this bog fest, but fortunately there's a couple of short walkways over the worst of it. Oh, people! So I've just got to curse around the this clough basically to get to the head of it, and then break off. And apparently the path does continue all the way over to the mast, so I shall give that a go to looking at. Visibility is picking up a little bit over that way. You've got Emily Moor, twin masts of Emily Moor just coming to view over there. I think there's a path that continues along the edge, but I've got to bug out to the west when I come off the onto that side. Go down this side a little ways, and I'm looking for a trail off to my left. Climbed out onto the tops, and there's the turnaround point if I get that far, which is Holme Moss car park. So this should, I say in theory, drop me out at like a structure, an old barn or something. On the map and satellite, there's a structure at the end of this path, which is basically just coming into view, but it apparently does continue around the crest of the hill, but we shall see when we get here. I'll stop and have a brew. Right, this looks to be the path what carries on around the face, but I'll just have a quick wander down to this cabin. Stood on a cambered rock and I thought, that might be slippy, and it was. Okay, cup of tea and a bit of pork pie. Job's a good one. So now, let's have a look how far we are. Go ahead back up, just up there a little bit, and pick up the path again. Let me see where the Liberator is. Not far, half a mile. So we shall give that a run. if that path continues, as I'm led to believe it does. So I've hit the Liberator from all directions in this case. Just up here should intersect the path coming that way. Certainly plenty of reservoirs around this neck of woods. I think I've about hit the sweet spot. So there's Holme Moss. Car park's just this side of the road of that. So this path will come along here. And here I'm about the closest I'm going to get, I think. So that away about 120, 160 paces thereabouts. A bit more potential water sources to negotiate. Hopefully the baby's heads will support me. Yep. There is the main debris. I can just see it standing up. So the piece of undercarriage I found the other day, I'll be just over here. And there you go. 2 days apart, I'm here again. So here's the one section of undercarriage. The other section was 90 metres away, like a big crater a bit there with a load of molten aluminium. The path I've come up on is just over there. I've come along that rest there, and that hill is where I came over, so that's Snailsden. Trig point will be on top of that, so that's where I've come from. Around all that, up here, I'll go over to that one in a minute. Then bug out back to the path, and then I've just got to decide whether to continue to the car park just for the hell of it, and then backtrack, which I probably will, just so I can sort of see what that path's like as an option, easy option to get into this method. But for the moment I'll just drop my bag and have a walk over to that one as well. Right, so there's that piece of undercarriage. The other section's just over there, but I'll just have a little meander about and see if I come across anything else in any of these other cloughs that's got washed down, sort of thing. Looks like actually if anything's washed down, it'll be in that clough, so when I walk back I'll pick my bag back up over the other one. I'll go down that one to the intersect the path again. So here we are again. Not been for years and twice in 2 days. So the car park's over there. I normally go across the fence line over there somewhere and then come across at shortest point. That's the normal route. This one might succeed that one when I've done it. So the other day I came over from way over yonder, off piste over here, and then all the way off piste back. And then this time I'm thinking, I'll just move out the bogs a bit. Stand still too long, getting lower. But this time, I say there's Snailsden Head Trig point up on top of that lump. So I've come off the other side of that about 1.5 miles, 2 miles, up to that, around, and up here to the wreck. So I say now I'm going to go back, intersect the path again, just continue along to the road on this side, and then basically backtrack all the way I've come. Just approaching the car park at Holme Moss transmitter there, which is also the turnaround point. Just gotta get to it. Ooh, that's a bit serious. So how deep is this? Crazy deep. I'm not going through that just to get to the car park. And there's a stile up here as we get there. Right there. Another gate up here. Grabs. Here we go. Pull up a rock. at the car park, so as soon as nobody's here to give me a lift back, I better head off back over yon hill over there. Through this gate, down the side of the fence, and then bug out onto the flank there, what goes around back to Ramsden Clough, over towards that reservoir over there, and up onto the flanker there and around the front of Snailsden Edge, and then drop back down to Harden Reservoir. 3.3 miles straight line. Unfortunately I can't go straight line, so I've done 6.25 to get here, so I'm six and a quarter miles in. Obviously I did a slight tangent into the moor to pick up the Liberator and back, but other than that it's been along this trail. So 3.5 miles straight line. I'll see what it is when I've actually got back to the car. I'll say at 6.25. Oh yeah, bugger. 6.25 at the car park there. Well, it's been spot on really. It's a little bit of moisture in there, but no rain. Don't speak too soon, but so far so good. No wind. Been bob on. Not got a nice t-shirt yet, but I could do because it's I'm quite warm. Back at the cabin. So now we're back to the original terminus. So I've got to cut around here and then over the top again to drop me to Ramsden Clough. I can just see the trig point on top of Snailsden Head up there. Now that won't show up on here. I can see a dead edge end up there, Snailsden Head up there. Visibility's cleared up quite a bit, considerably actually. Say some turbines, how many more twin masts over there. Drop back down onto the head of Clough, follow it around to the head, take that path back along the edge there. It just kicks in and out a few times. Somewhere just over there I've got to break a right, head towards that reservoir, across that boggy area again, and then up the side of Snailsden, and then around the front of it. Oh, that could prove expensive. Just flown. I flew one battery at the quarry this morning for the drone. I've just flown 2 batteries now, which is 3 batteries. I've got 4 batteries, but I can't find my 4th battery, which is a bit perturbing. So I've either not put it in the bag, which I'm hopeful, but I won't know that until I get home. Hell of a mission. Well, the only place it can be, if it is here, is where I flew this morning. In which case it should still be there. Oh, it's certainly worth a re-walk just to go back to where I flew from. So best case is I've left it where I flew from this morning and it's still there, or it's at home and for some reason I didn't pack it. Either of them options I'll take. So I just got to skirt around this path still, follow it round over there where it goes light green, and then there's a path goes over there. That's it, up and over here, across this little bit of a valley, and then up that shoulder onto Snailsden Head up there. That's it, back into the boglands. Oop. unfortunately they've put these bridges in, but still a little bit hit and miss. But we can negotiate it, I'm sure. Dad's t-shirt. Should have took jump off earlier, to be fair. It's not been bad all day really. Just negotiate this across there, and then there's a path which came in on, cuts up the side. I can't quite see it. Ah, there. I think it comes out at grouse butt up yonder. Looks like there's a little bit of a cut I can see. It was quite obvious when I came down it, so it'll no doubt come into view a bit better when I get an angle on it. So here we are, number 8 West Drive. A sought after location. That's it, over the bridge, up till. So I've got to go back the way I came on this occasion to see if by chance I left me a bloody battery. Seat car for me. So that's it, just off the I think south path of Snailsden. So I've come to the end of that again now, and just up here somewhere should be a path off to my left. Right, I came in on that path and I noticed this path when I came up there, so this is going to sort of take me over to where we're in the quarry, so I'll have an explore while I'm this way. The other option where I go down to the path, sort of drop the bag and then just run around to where I'm sort of flying from, but in for a penny, in for a pound. Might as well see if I can navigate the quarry if it's not too stressful with declines and things. And this might be just a path to a couple of shooting grouse butts. Bugger. We shall see in a second if there's a way down or not. Sort of contour around and drop into it somehow. There's the building, so I'm further over. So I'm committed now, so I'll get it done. Well, I'm certainly in the gullies. Grouse. Yeah, up there, but hit the trail first because that's going to be easier to negotiate. A bit like that. Right, I lost my anchor this morning and that was there, so I found that, but no battery. So the chances that anybody's been here today other than me is slim to none. And I'm just on a sort of sweep up and down. I cannot see it, it's black. It would certainly stand out, especially when we're looking for it, you'd imagine. So it's got to be at Holme. Drop down and up that side and through that quarried section back to the car. Have a little explore in there really. So onwards. I was going to have it wrong foot with that one, I think. There you go. Right, it's not far to go, home stretch. There's that quarry I've just been meandering through. Down here, up this hill. Harden Reservoir. The other side of. Ooh, have I just shot my scenic foot? Looks like it. I thought I'd been crafty taking path, but come to a cliff edge. And there we was, back. 12 miles, 6 hours 44 minutes. 12 miles exactly. I like it when they round numbers.